For 18 years, this billionaire's son never spoke a single word. Everyone gave up on him. But then, a maid walked in and changed everything. More. That single word would cost his father a billion-dollar revelation, but the real story? It's about what happens when love speaks louder than money. Stay with us. Meet Viktor Sokolov, self-made billionaire. Built an empire from nothing. A man who conquered every problem. Except one. His son, Marcus, was born completely deaf. Not just hard of hearing, profoundly deaf. The doctors were clear. He may never develop speech. The brain needs sound to develop language. Age 5, first therapy begins. Viktor didn't accept this. He hired the best doctors. The most advanced hearing aids. Cochlear implant surgeons working from exclusive Park Avenue offices. Thousands of dollars. Hundreds of hours. All nothing. But here's the twist: Viktor didn't just fail to fix his son. He gave up on loving him. By the time Marcus turned 18, his father had stopped visiting altogether. The penthouse filled with tutors and nannies, but not with connection. Marcus lived in two silences, the one in his ears, and the one in his heart. Then came Mara, a Dominican maid hired through an agency. Viktor didn't even look at her. She was just staff. Nothing special. Just someone to clean the penthouse. But Mara did something nobody else had done in 18 years. She looked at Marcus, not with pity, not with frustration. She watched him for hours. Watched how he'd sit by the window, tracking pigeons with intense focus. She asked the other staff questions, real questions. She discovered Marcus loved to sketch, that he'd memorized every vibration in the apartment, that he was drowning in silence not because he couldn't hear, but because nobody was listening. That night, Mara went to the library. She checked out a book on deaf culture. She learned sign language from YouTube videos until her hands hurt. Why? Because she decided Marcus deserved to be understood. The difference between being deaf and being alone. Mara didn't try to fix Marcus. She tried to reach him. Mara leaving illustrated notes, bringing old vinyl records, learning to sign. She left little notes in his sketches. She brought old records and let him feel the vibrations through the album covers. She signed "Good Morning" every single day, with genuine warmth. She asked him questions about his dreams, about what made him happy. Marcus began to respond. He drew portraits of her. He started writing words, slowly, carefully. For the first time in his life, someone was there. Then came the moment everything changed. One November evening, Mara played an old vinyl. A Spanish lullaby from her childhood. She held Marcus's hands against the speaker, and she began to sing. Not to his ears, to his being. She signed the words. She moved her lips clearly. Her whole body expressed joy. It was the first time Marcus experienced love as vibration, as presence, as something felt. And Marcus opened his mouth. Marcus speaks 18 years later. The doctors came. They ran tests, brain scans, neurological exams, looking for the medical answer. What had changed? Why now? The diagnosis, nothing was different. Marcus's brain was the same. The only difference was connection. That's when Viktor confessed something to Mara. Something that exposed his billionaire heart as ... He said, "I couldn't love him because I couldn't hear him. I thought his silence meant he didn't exist. I made him invisible because I was too afraid." The real disability wasn't Marcus's deafness. It was Viktor's fear. Mara then did something beautiful. She took Viktor's hand. She placed it against her throat. She hummed the lullaby. And for the first time, Viktor felt his son's world. Not as silence, but as presence felt differently. Over the following months, Marcus spoke 17 words. More led to mama, what he called Mara, then love, pigeon, happy. Each word was a bridge. But the greatest revelation? Viktor finally learned sign language, not from textbooks, from his son's patient hands. And Marcus taught his father an entire vocabulary ... double quotes. The sign for sorry. The sign for I forgive you. The sign for father. The billionaire stepped back from his empire. He now funds schools for deaf children. Mara never left because she discovered something billionaires spend lifetimes searching for, purpose that mattered more than money. And every evening, Mara still sings. This story isn't about a deaf boy learning to speak. It's about a billionaire learning to listen. It's about a maid who understood that sometimes the greatest gift we can give isn't trying to change someone ... It's simply choosing to understand them. Sometimes love speaks louder than silence. If this story moved you, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, the people in your life who feel invisible, they might just be waiting for someone to see them. Thank you for watching.